So, hi, I am KB with Nerdophiles. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Listen, what an intriguing film. I had such a good time. So first, what does it mean to you as an artist to be able to step into this lead role and have the opportunity to really peel back and examine all of these kind of complex nuances and layers of this particular Black experience on screen in this way?
It's exciting. I wanted to do a movie about race for a long time, and I was sent a lot of scripts that I didn't feel like I had the tools to tell uh, those specific stories. But when I read this, I was like, oh, this is something I'm familiar with. I grew up in a predominantly white environment. I know what it's like to compromise yourself in order to survive socially. I feel like I can lend to the layers of this character.
I love it. And you know what I do love is the society overall, kind of through this experience of being in the society, Aaron really finds his voice and is able to not only articulate his needs, but also his fears, his struggles, and his experiences. And kind of through that, it unlocks so much more for the other members of the society. So, what's a lesson that you kind of take away from Aaron and that you will be using in your own life kind of moving forward because I do like how bold, he ends up becoming by the end of the film.
Yeah, I had that same journey in my own life of, that same smallness to empowerment journey. And I thought when I started the film that I had freed myself of like the white expectation of my blackness. But shooting the film, I was like I found all these little ways in which I still do that. And so it kind of helped clean out um the grime, like the residue of what it means to navigate white supremacy
Mhm.
as a
I like,
black person.
yeah, like I like that you said the residue because it can be hard. Like we never know what scenarios are going to trigger that in us, if it makes
Yeah.
sense. Like where we definitely have to start thinking about, oh wow, I'm kind of reverting in a way, and I didn't realize that this was going to be something to kind of bring that to the surface.
Healing isn't linear though, I've learned that time and time again. You think you've come so far and then you find yourself triggered and like you said, reverting, regressing. But I think that's all a part of healing. That's all a part of unlearning, unpacking, becoming your most authentic you is having moments in which you like turn the corner of your soul and you see more residue.
Oh, I love it. Yes. And you're absolutely right. Healing is definitely not linear in any capacity.
Mm-mm.
Um, but on a lighter note, listen, you got to work with the iconic and legendary David Allen Greer, who like obviously is known a lot for his comedy, but he is such a great dramatic actor as well. So can you share a little bit about just what your favorite scene between the two of your characters was in this film?
I think the scene where he sits down and he has that monologue about his grandmother. Is it his grand? Yeah. Um, because David actually talks like that. David has so many anecdotes from his life that obviously are infused with so much humor, but also are really meaningful. And he's a great storyteller, so that is a part of it. But he just has a deep well of emotion. I think that's why he's such a good dramatic actor. And honestly, I think that's why he's such a good comedic actor too. I think being a comedian is all about like layers and truth and depth. Um, a lot of like you see a lot of comedians are like exist on that axis of like sadness and humor. And I think that I don't think David's a sad individual, but I think that he has a real emotional profundity. Um, so yeah, I was grateful to have worked with him and I learned a lot indirectly from him.
Well, I think that you do a fantastic job of stepping into this role in this way. I mean, I think it is so complex, but I really hope that audiences take the time to not only examine what, certain things look like in their own lives, but also how they are impacting others' lives just through their choices and their conversations and things that are happening as well. And, I, again, you and David are like amazing together as a duo. So I am truly glad that this body of work is in the atmosphere. And, I hope audiences enjoy it.
Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate that.
Yes, thanks so much and have a lovely day. And thanks for chatting with Nerdophiles.
Yeah, you too.